Why are some men afraid of masculinity? Before we answer this question, we first of all need to ask a question, which is, what is masculinity? First of all, as I define it, I journalist the definition. For me, it might be wrong or right, but I'm sure that is right. So I'm gonna share my thoughts with you. Masculinity is a collection of values and qualities such as leadership, providing, seeking freedom, strength, social connections, religion, that are lacking in the modern males in our days. Masculinity is a philosophy that encourages men to become more of what they are born to be, which is to be a man. So why are some men afraid of masculinity? The answer is simpler than what you think. It's because they dislike discomfort. Because being masculine is such a like it's such a position that it's such a position that they are like some negative, not negative, but they are like, with masculinity, with being masculine, there are some negative like consequences, such as some people will discourage you, will put you down to their level, will don't agree with you. They will try to convince you, they will try to discourage you and all of that, and they don't like that because they dislike discomfort. They dislike these consequences of being masculine, but they don't know the benefits. And because they are afraid of responsibility, because with being masculine there is such a great responsibility. First of all, you will be responsible of what you believe in. For example, if you believe like that, if you believe that God exists, you are responsible of keeping believing that. You are responsible of sharing this message. You are responsible of your opinions as a masculine man, and also your actions as a masculine man. And one of the pillars of masculinity is responsibility. I talk a lot about responsibility, and being responsible is equal being disciplined. So this is why they dislike masculinity, and they are afraid of masculinity, because they are afraid of responsibility, because they were conditioned. If you are in improvement, you will know that a lot of beliefs like the system puts it in us. They convinced us that these beliefs are true, but they are not. These beliefs come like from places like school and society and like your environment also. The influencer, the role models of you, but many of them, they are not true, and a lot of them are not true. And one of them is that masculinity is bad. Masculinity is toxic. Masculinity is like negative, and it's misogynist and it's sexist. But it's not. And they are like, because like I don't like want to go in the full detail, because I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about this subject in the future, and I need to journal my thoughts on this process, and it will be a long video if I share all my opinion in this topic. But in the short answer, some people are afraid of masculinity because they are conditioned, and because society conditioned them, and it's actually not their fault, because they were conditioned. Because they were conditioned, but you must, if you know it right now, you must change, and you must seek change. If all these things didn't, if you don't want to be masculine, I'm gonna tell you a little story of mine. When I was a little kid, what I mean by a little kid, last year, and the 2 years before that, I was a little kid. I was like a nerd, because like actually I get good grades at school, and I wasn't like responsible, and I was like timid, and I was like addicted to social media and anime and fantasies and addiction in general. I was addicted in general, and the problem with me is that I wasn't like taking for responsibility. For example, if my mom told me to like go and like get some bread, I would say no, wait a little bit, wait, like an hour, and I will get it, and my mom started to question me. She told me like, if I get too late and it's too late and she is very angry at me, she will say like things that like hurt me, honestly, but it's for my good. She will say like, are you a man? This is what you got? This is like Is this what you got? Is this all your ability? You can't even get bread from, like, and I will get like very, when I heard this I get like very ashamed, honestly. And this is why in a lot of my videos I say take responsibility to not being put in this position like me, like I was not now, because now, like, I take responsibility, honestly. I become it like ultra disciplined man. I take responsibility, and I didn't hear like, it's rare. It's like one of like 6 months or so that I hear like my mom angry at me or something. For right now, in this last 8 months, I never hear my mom complaining at me. So this is why I advise you to like take responsibility and be masculine, because you might say like you might hear like this, all these feminist women like say that, oh, being masculinity is toxic, we don't like men who are masculine, or, but the truth, you just heard the truth, like, you just heard the truth, you heard my story. Because actually women don't say the things that they actually want, and this is he told us, David Dida told us in his book The Way of the Superior Man, that women, and especially feminine women, don't tell, like, they just like, a big part of them are controlled by their emotion, not like men. Masculine men have like a big part of them like controlled by logic. What they speak is the truth, but if you go back to feminine women, a lot of things that they say are not actually what they want, not actually what they want, it's just their feeling. So we need to read that book, The Way of the Superior Man. There is a lot of things that he is, it's like the encyclopedia of masculinity, The Way of the Superior Man, in the book, and also the book How Time Creates a Woman. These two books are the encyclopedia of masculinity. They have all the things that you need to know about masculinity if you are just starting. And I think that this is it. It's a lifelong journey to be a masculine man. It's not something you accomplish in a year or two, or a month or two. It's a lifelong process, and it's actually enjoying. You might like find it like exhausting, and it's extreme. I even myself, I get this thought that it's extreme, it's exhausting, I did a lot. But know that when you are resisting, it's beginning of your fall. So you need to stop hesitating and be fully logic with your thinking. Don't enter emotion, because if you I'm not like say, because some like weird nerd might say right now, oh but it's toxic masculinity. oh emotion are important or something. Like, what I mean, like, emotions in relationship are important, but emotion in purpose are not. So in purpose, because the logic, you need to apply the logic rather than your emotion, because it's the important thing that you have as a masculine man. It's your purpose. Your purpose must come before your relationships. So you must apply your logic before your emotions. And remember, always focus on the process.